It's official. Disgraced rapper Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges. This is something we've been expecting for about 6 months now. And during that half a year, federal prosecutors were collecting evidence, speaking to witnesses, and forming what they believe is an airtight case against Diddy.
At this time, Sean Diddy Combs finds himself embroiled in a scandal that many say was inevitable. The music mogul has been charged with sex trafficking and racketeering, with federal investigators continuing to uncover disturbing new evidence. Allegations of violence, abuse, particularly against women, have followed Diddy for years. But now, his reckoning may finally be here. The man, once celebrated as a pioneer of hip-hop, is now staring down decades of allegations that paint a darker picture. A man who had used his power and wealth to control and destroy lives. I want to take it back to 1999. 25 years ago, Diddy was already showing signs of violent tendencies that would later surface in public view. While the world back in 1999 didn't have the constant stream of social media, no TikTok, no Facebook, there wasn't an Uber, the whispers of Diddy's involvement in violent incidents still managed to get around. There was a time where celebrity scandals were delivered by TV news or the next morning's newspaper. Yet Diddy's role in the infamous Club New York shooting made headlines across the country. That's why I want to bring it back to 1999. I was 15 years old when I first saw this story on MTV, on cable. Wow, yeah, I was really 15 years old in 1999. I'm so old now. Back then, the internet was just taking off. The celebrity ecosystem was different. Fans consumed media through music videos on MTV and physical magazines like The Source. Remember The Source, do y'all? Well, some of you guys may do. Stars like Diddy, known at that time as Puff Daddy, seemed untouchable. Their personas carefully crafted through music and occasional interviews, but behind that glitz and glamour, the seeds of Diddy's darker side were already planted. The 1999 New York Club shooting was one of the first signs of his involvement in violent situations. It was a night that left a woman injured, a rapper behind bars, and Diddy walking away scot-free. On December 27th, 1999, Sean Diddy Combs, along with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and his protege, 21-year-old rapper Jamal Shine Barrow, were involved in a chaotic incident at Club New York in Manhattan. What started as a night of celebration quickly escalated into violence when a confrontation in the club's VIP section erupted. Diddy allegedly knocked a drink out of a man's hand, which led to a further provocation when money was thrown at Diddy. Tensions boiled over, and at the heat of the moment, gunfire ran out, leaving 3 people injured. Among the injured was Natalia Rubin. She was shot in the face during this altercation. She later claimed that Diddy was the one who pulled the trigger that night. Rubin stated, quote, "I watched him. I saw him with my own eyes," unquote. Continued to maintain that Diddy was responsible for shooting her. This claim, though disputed by Diddy's defense team, added significant weight to the unfolding events. As the shots were fired, Shine pulled out a gun and fired multiple rounds, claiming that he was acting in self-defense. The chaos that followed Diddy, Lopez, and Jones flee the club in a black SUV, leading the police on a high-speed chase through the streets of New York City. Can you believe that? Diddy, with Jennifer Lopez and his bodyguard, in a black SUV trying to avoid the police in the streets of New York City. This is back 25 years ago. When the vehicle was finally stopped, police found a stolen gun inside the car. This gun will become a pivotal point in the legal battle later on. Diddy, Lopez, and Jones were all arrested shortly after this incident. However, the charges against Lopez was quickly dropped and she was released. Diddy and his bodyguard, on the other hand, were charged with gun possession, and the prosecutors alleging that Diddy and Jones attempted to bribe the driver of the getaway car, offering him $50,000 to claim ownership of the weapon. The legal battle that followed would dominate headlines for months. While rapper Sean admitted to firing a gun in the club, he subsequently maintained that he never shot anyone, insisting that there were multiple guns involved that night. Let's talk a little bit about the rapper Shine. In the middle of all this was Shine, the young rapper signed to Diddy's label Bad Boy Records. Shine, his name is Jamal Barrow, was born on November 8th, 1978 in Belize City, Belize, was raised in a challenging environment that shaped his later life and music career. His father actually later becomes the Prime Minister of Belize. Shine grew up without his father, facing the tough realities of inner city life. When he was a young child, his mother moved him to Brooklyn, New York, where he grew up in the rugged streets of East Flatbush, navigating a world full of crime and poverty. Despite these challenges, Shine found solace in music, especially hip-hop, and began developing his skills as a rapper. His gritty, street-oriented style caught the attention of the music industry in the late 1990s, particularly with the founder of Bad Boy Records, Sean Combs. Diddy signed Shine to Bad Boy Records in the late 90s after hearing him freestyling and recognizing his talent. Shine's deep voice and his raw storytelling skills drew some comparisons to the Notorious B.I.G., which helped build hype around his album. I was a big fan of Shine in his debut album. I thought it was pretty good. The comparisons to the voice of B.I.G. was there, but he had his own distinct style and his own distinct voice. He was not B.I.G. in any stretch of the imagination. By the time of his signing, Shine was poised to become a significant figure in hip-hop. His street credibility paired with the backing of Bad Boy Records set the stage for his rise to fame. However, his promising career was cut short following this infamous 1999 Club New York shooting. At just 29 years old, he was poised to be the next big thing in hip-hop, but clearly his rising star would crash after that night. While Shine admitted to firing the weapon, many believe he did so out of the sense of loyalty or protection for Diddy. In court, Shine was convicted of assault, reckless endangerment, and weapons possession, and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Diddy, however, walked away without any charges. While Shine served time, Diddy's career continued to skyrocket, leaving many in the hip-hop community to question if the young rapper had been sacrificed to save Diddy's image. Shine himself has spoken out over the years, expressing his belief that he was used by Diddy to avoid facing any real consequences. "Quote unquote, Diddy destroyed my life." Shine talked about this in a recent interview. He detailed how he felt abandoned and betrayed by someone he had looked up to as a mentor. In fact, some of the hip-hop world even speculated that Diddy may have bribed witnesses to secure his acquittal. The 1999 Club New York shooting left behind many victims, but one name that often gets lost in the headlines is Natalia Rubin. She wasn't a celebrity or a rapper, but someone was just out enjoying her night when everything changed in an instant. Natalia was hit in the face by a bullet, and her life has never been the same since. But while the media focused on the legal drama involving Sean Diddy Combs and Shine, Natalia's suffering was mostly forgotten. She was just in the wrong place at the wrong time when she got shot in the face. She later described it as being hit with a flaming hot sledgehammer. The bullet left her with a traumatic brain injury, and she has been dealing with the long-term effects ever since. While Diddy's and Shine's high-profile trials grabbed all the attention, Natalia was left to pick up the pieces of her life. She continued to maintain that Diddy was the one that shot her that night. However, Diddy was acquitted of all these charges, and Shine ended up the one being convicted, receiving a 10-year prison sentence for his involvement. For Natalia, justice has been elusive. The media frenzy surrounding Diddy and Shine's trial overshadowed her own trauma. After the shooting, she was left with serious health issues and ongoing medical complications. The bullet scarred her brain, leading to long-term problems that have affected her quality of life. The emotional toll was just as heavy, being a victim of such violence and then watching the world move on while she was left to deal with the fallout. In recent years, with the new allegations of violence and abuse against Diddy surfacing, Natalia has spoken out again. When she heard about Diddy's 2024 arrest on unrelated charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, she felt a bitter sense of relief. To her, it probably wasn't about revenge. It was about finally seeing some level of accountability for the man she believes caused so much pain to her over the years. The 1999 Club New York shooting has been a dark chapter in Sean Diddy Combs' life, with many feeling that he escaped accountability while others, like Shine and the victim Natalia Rubin, suffered the consequences. Shine spent nearly a decade in prison, and Rubin, who was shot in the face, lived a life of physical and emotional scars ever since. While Diddy managed to walk free after his acquittal, it seems like his powerful legal team and immense wealth allow him to avoid justice. However, new developments suggest that Diddy's time may be finally up. Fast forward to today, 2024, Diddy finds himself in the center of even more serious allegations, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Those walls are closing in on the music mogul as federal investigators uncover more damning evidence and new victims come forward with disturbing accusations. These charges have prompted federal investigators to revisit Diddy's past, including the infamous 1999 Club New York shooting. According to a lawsuit filed by producer Lil Rod Jones, Diddy allegedly boasted about his role in the shooting, claiming that he bribed witnesses and jurors to secure his acquittal. Even more shocking are claims that Diddy used his then girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, to smuggle the gun in the club. Lopez was arrested alongside Diddy after the incident, but was released without any charges. Investigators are not looking into whether Lopez unknowingly became part of Diddy's plan that night. Jennifer Lopez has never talked publicly about this situation. She just moved on and did her own thing. Natalia Rubin and Shine, their stories remind us that there are real people who have been hurt along the way. While Diddy has built this empire, there are many who believe he's done so at the expense of others. Now, as more allegations surface, it seems like Diddy might finally be facing the consequences of his actions. This time, with the severity of the charges and the growing list of accusers, it's possible that Diddy may not be able to escape justice as easily as he did in 1999. But what do you guys think about this story? Were you guys even around in 1999? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.